there it is. Okay.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside Royal Brougham Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. This afternoon, the St. Martin's Saints making the short trip up I-5 from Lacey, about an hour to the south, and they will take on the Seattle Pacific University Falcons. Both of these teams at 3-5 in the GNAC, and actually in a four-way tie for sixth with Western Oregon and Northwest Nazarene. All four of those teams at 3-5 in GNAC play, as the Falcons now at 3-13 on the season. St. Martin's comes in at 5-11 overall on the season. So neither of these teams really having the season that they would like, but they're both in the kind of in the middle of the GNAC and trying to work their way up. Falcons have won 2 out of their last 3 after a pretty dreadful start to their season. They did get a win over Montana State Billings, and St. Martin's just defeated Montana State Billings on Thursday night in Billings. So both of these, Billings does not have a win yet. They're the only team that's winless in the GNAC. There are no undefeated teams in the GNAC anymore because Central Washington got knocked off on Thursday night by Simon Fraser. Both of those teams 7-1, both tied for the lead in the GNAC, and Western Washington right behind at 6-2. SPU has a win over Western Washington, which they did not do last year when they won the GNAC. That was the only team that they did not beat, was the Western Washington Vikings. But this year, of course, the Falcons off to a much slower start, trying to get the ship righted here. And as I mentioned, have won 2 out of their last 3. As the head coaches in this one, Jason Ryan in his 3rd year at the helm of the Seattle Pacific program, and in his 1st year with St. Martin's is Wade Taylor. Former St. Martin's coach Dan Benke took the job at Seattle University, just about 5-ish miles from here. As teams getting set here, and I noticed with Western Oregon on Thursday night when they were here that they had 2 liberos. It looks like St. Martin's is doing the same thing. They will have Mia Arambula and Abigail Halstead, both with the red jerseys, and for Seattle Pacific it'll be Christina Lopez will be their libero. As Seattle Pacific going to have Hannah Hare check out to start this one. Emily Tolino, Eva La Rochelle, Aaron Smith, Allison Wilkes, and Abigail Cunningham on the floor with Christina Lopez. And for St. Martin's, coming out, let's see here. Coming out is going to be Nadia Gallegos. Coming in is going to be Mia Arambula. Jennifer Hansen, and Jennifer Soha are both out there. Tiffany Lamb will serve to begin this match. Emily Garton is out there, and Zoe Kremen for the Saints. And it'll be Tiffany Lamb to get things started, a sophomore out of Frisco, Texas. And she puts it out of bounds as Lopez lets it go. And a service error to begin the match, as that one just went long. And yes, St. Martin's rotating their libero already. Abigail Halstead coming in. And I don't remember having seen a team use multiple liberos until Thursday night. I saw Western Oregon do it. This one is blocked as Hannah Hare and Aaron Smith team up on that one. And the Falcons lead it 2-0. And that is one thing the Falcons have done well all year, is block balls at the net. One thing they have not done well, and they're getting better here, is in their hitting percentage, as they really have missed Sarah Brockvogel, who is out with an injury this year. Here's Aaron Smith, and she's blocked. And now Smith going to get another crack at it, but she sends it long. And St. Martin's takes the point. And coming back in, Arambula as the libero for the Saints. And it is 2-1 Falcons, as serving is Emily Garton, who leads the GNAC in service aces, but comes up with a service error on that one. And the Falcons take a 3-1 lead. St. Martin's with Western Oregon kind of had like the totally sleeveless tops. St. Martin's with the shorter sleeves, as the Falcons come up with another block there, and they take a 4-1 lead. Aaron Smith will serve for SPU. And Halstead with the dig. It's put back over. Here's La Rochelle setting it up for Tolino. And Emily Tolino didn't even try to fake a set on that one. She just went up and spiked it. And Tolino, the normal setter, and sometimes you'll see her fake a set and put one over, but she didn't even pretend to set that one. Here's La Rochelle with the spike, and Halstead with the dig, sent back over, and I think we're going to get a double touch, and we are on Zoe Kremen. And it's a quick 6-1 lead for SPU, and Wade Taylor takes a timeout here early in the first set. We'll be right back in just a moment on the SPU webcast. We'll be back 6-1 SPU with the lead. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. 6-1 Falcons with the lead. Aaron Smith with the serve. Halstead the dig. And it's sent over by Soha. Hannah Hare sends it back and registers a kill. And the Falcons lead it 7-1. Smith will serve it again. Smith sends it over, and Hansen comes over for the dig this time. She'll volley it back over. Tolino, cross court set for La Rochelle, and she lands it inbounds for the kill. Eva La Rochelle, a freshman out of Monument, Colorado, had a really good game on Thursday against Western Oregon. Got her first collegiate double-double, and they're really looking to her as Aaron Smith commits a service error here, and St. Martin's will get it back down 8-2 as Gallegos checks back in up front, and it'll be Jennifer Soha to serve. But they're really looking to the Falcons are, as that's Tolino over the Smith. I think it was Tolino that sent that one over, and it is 9-2. And La Rochelle, as I mentioned, freshman, kind of stepping in for Sarah Brockvogel. And a good dig there by La Rochelle. And now here's Hansen, and they block it. Tolino is there along with Hannah Hare, and they land it inbounds. And it is 10-2. SPU all over St. Martin's here in the early going. And St. Martin's trying to just weather the storm. And that's going to be an ace for La Rochelle, as Garton couldn't handle it. It's 11-2. Wade Taylor wants to take another timeout. He's only got 2 in each set, but this is his second timeout already. It's 11-2 SPU with the lead. We'll be right back in just a moment on the SPU webcast.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back to action here at Royal Brougham Pavilion, and La Rochelle with the successful serve there. St. Martin's ends up getting called for a double touch, and it is 12-2. This is a cross-court set, not quite cross-court, but a good set there for Emmy Hansen, who lands the kill for the Saints, and they pull back to within 12-3. As Andrea Oxentine will serve. Freshman out of Honolulu, Hawaii. And Oxentine sends it over. Here's Hannah Hare. She's blocked. Lopez will set it up for Sydney Perry, who taps it over. And now it's Gallegos sending it over right down the middle. And she lands it in for the kill. Nadia Gallegos out of Abiquiu, New Mexico, if I'm saying that correctly. We'll say Abiquiu. And probably won't mention the hometown again anyway, but Gallegos out of New Mexico. Really, St. Martin's, as SPU picks up another point there. St. Martin's has a lot of players from kind of the southwestern U.S., 3 from Nevada, the Vegas area, as Lopez sends that one long. A couple of Arizona natives on the Falcons roster, but St. Martin's has a couple from Texas, one from New Mexico, as I mentioned, and a few from California. This one sent over by Garton. Emily Garton lands it in. And the Saints back to within 13-6. So they were in a pretty, they got themselves into a pretty deep hole trying to dig out now here in the first set. And Hansen puts that one into the net. Emmy Hansen out of Camas, Washington. Falcons go up by 8, 14-6. And Emily Tolino will serve it up for SPU. And that one is going to be an ace off the hands of Emily Garton. And out of bounds. And Tolino makes it a 9-point lead for the Falcons. Here in the first set, 15-6. SPU tries to keep the pressure on here. There's going to be another ace. And again, off the hands of Garton. That one at the feet of the official, Ami Filimaua, on the platform. As Tolino will serve it again. This time Garton is able to make the dig. Tolino diving for that one. Here's Sydney Perry. And Perry gets it over as the Saints unable to block it. Kingsley Mason and Nadia Gallegos unable to send it back over. And the Falcons lead by 11, 17-6. Mentioned the Falcons won the GNAC last year. Really have gotten off to a slow start this year, but playing pretty well here. They won 2 out of their last 3 as Solino sends that one out of bounds. And it is now 17-7 with Mia Arambula serving. She's out of Henderson, Nevada in the Vegas area. Here's Allison Wilkes. She sends it over and is blocked out of bounds. And it'll be a kill for Wilkes. It's 18-7 as Abigail Cunningham will come in now for Sydney Perry. And Cunningham will serve for SPU. She's out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. She and Tolino, 4th-year seniors, and the Falcons with a few 5th-year players as well. Garton sends it over. Tolino sets it up for La Rochelle. She's blocked, and that's going to be a kill, or a successful block, I should say, rather, for the Saints, as Kingsley Mason got to that one. She's out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. And it'll be now Tiffany Lamb out of Frisco, Texas, to serve for the Saints. 18-8 your score. Lopez with the dig. And here's Wilkes. And she got that over. It looked like either the net slowed it up or it was deflected. But either way, Wilkes with the kill. And the Falcons by 11 again, 19-8. Here's the set for Garton, and she puts it down. And gets the Saints back to within 10. Emily Garton kind of playing in the middle, listed as an outside hitter, but in the middle on that one. And now she'll serve it. Tolino cross-court set for La Rochelle. She taps it over. And now sent back by Zoe Kremen. Here's Aaron Smith. And that's going to be a kill for Smith as the Saints unable to handle it. Halstead will check back in for Arambula as the libero. And this one sent over by Kremen. La Rochelle sends it back for the Falcons. Hansen tapping it over the front line. And now Hannah Hare will send it out of bounds. And the Saints back within 10, 20-10. Nadia Gallegos back in up front for the Saints. Jennifer Soha to serve. Soha, senior out of Las Vegas. Here's La Rochelle, and she sends it wide. Saw some space on the opposite side there, but sent it just a little too far over that sideline. And it's 22-11 as Soha serves it again. La Rochelle the dig. Tolino sets it up for Hare. And the Saints able to get it back over as Hansen kind of backhanded it. But now the Falcons end up with the point as the Saints unable to send that one back. And it's 21-11. Sydney Perry and Zoe Schuckert check in for SPU. And Eva La Rochelle to serve. This one set up for Hansen, and she got a good swing on it, but the Falcons able to keep it alive. There's Gallegos, and we get a whistle, and the point awarded to the Saints. 21-12, as Oxentine will check back in and serve. Falcons closing in on a first set win. Need 4 more to get it done. Sydney Perry spikes it over and lands it in for the kill. And it's 22-12. As Falcons are going to send in Jocelyn Greff here for Sydney Perry. So Greff checks in up front, freshman from Kenmore, Washington, went to Cedar Park Christian High School. And we haven't seen a lot of Jocelyn Greff so far this year for the Falcons. That one lands out. No, it lands in, I'm sorry. Misinterpreted the line judge's signal there with the flag. 22-13. Saints with the point. And here's Greff tapping it over, and Jocelyn Greff registers a kill for the Falcons. And that is her first of her career, as she has played one set prior to today, and her first career kill right there. 23-13. Here's Tolino serving. And Tolino, another ace. Tolino's got 3 of them here in the first set. And it is 24-13 as the Falcons with a set point already. Emily Tolino to serve for the set. Garton with the dig. Oxentine will set it up for Garton. She taps it over. Lopez sets it for Aaron Smith, and that's going to be a kill as it ends up all the way over the scorer's table. And the Falcons with a dominant win in the first set, 25-13. Saw Jocelyn Greff with her first collegiate kill just a moment ago. And the Falcons easily over the Saints in the first set, 25-13. The Saints are going to have to see if they can get some things figured out prior to set number 2. And we'll be back with set number 2 coming up here shortly in just a couple of moments. You're watching the SPU webcast. Back inside Royal Brome Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons get the first one, 25-13, and getting ready to start set number 2 here momentarily. I've been without live stats throughout the first set, and Looks like they are working on that, getting the live stats updated, but at this point, still waiting for those to pop up. But it was a dominant first set and win by the Falcons, 25-13. As mentioned, Jocelyn Greff got in kind of toward the end of that first set and got her first collegiate kill. Here's Abigail Cunningham to serve for SPU, and St. Martin's is able to volley it back over. Aaron Smith sends it over, and this one is going to end up being a kill for Smith. And so the Falcons start off set number 2 with another point to go in front 1-0. Here's Cunningham to serve. And Soha sends it over. La Rochelle sends it long. She thinks it was deflected. And they're going to call it in favor of the Saints, though. And from up here, I don't have the best view here, but I have to say I didn't see a deflection. Here's La Rochelle sending it back again. Lopez a good dig there, but she couldn't quite clear the net. Emmy Hansen came over and just to make sure. And Emily Garton serving for St. Martin's, and she leads the GNAC in service aces. You can see why. She gets a lot of power behind her serve. And there is a kill for Kingsley Mason, as the Falcons unable to block that one. And it's 3-1. Garton out of Placentia, California. And just a ton of power behind that swing on the serve. Here's Tolino setting it up for Wilkes, and Allison Wilkes puts it down. And the Falcons back within 3-2 as Hannah Hare checks back in up front. Wilkes will serve. We do have the stats available now, as this will be Emmy Hansen sending it over. La Rochelle a good dig there. And now La Rochelle sends it back over. Hansen. Cunningham there for the dig. Hansen, let's see. They're going to give the point to the Falcons. No. Check that. It goes to the Saints. Falcons didn't clear the net. And so it is St. Martin's with the point, and it's 4-2. Soha serving. That one crawls over the net, and it's an ace for Jennifer Soha. That one really just, the net slowed it down completely, but it just got over. And the Falcons were completely caught off guard there. Soha will serve it again. 5-2 Saints here in the second set. Tolino sets it up for Hare. And Hare lands it inbounds for the kill. And the Falcons back within 2 at 5-3. These are up to the moment. Well, not with the last point there is Hare with the block. And it's 5-4. Falcons with a big advantage in hitting percentage, though, at this point in the match. 324 to 061. As Mason, though, gets this one back over. And the Saints with a 2-point lead. Oxentine will come in and serve, with the Saints up 6-4 here in the second set. Tolino sets it up for La Rochelle. And now Oxentine will set it up. And it's Kremen sending it over, and the Falcons block it out of bounds. And so the Saints will take the point. Oxentine will serve it again. To this point in the match, Kingsley Mason with 4 kills. Abigail Halstead with 4 digs for the Saints. As this one comes over. Hansen spikes it over. And the Falcons keep it alive. Lopez will volley it back. And now Kremen sends it over for the Saints. La Rochelle at the net. And it's deflected. And it's a kill for Eva La Rochelle. 7-5 your score. As Cunningham and Smith check out. And Perry and Schuckert check in for SPU. 6 assists for Tiffany Lamb to this point. And for the Falcons, 4 kills from Aaron Smith. Sydney Perry sending one over there. She's got 3 kills. There's a block from Tolino. And Emily Tolino, right place, right time. And it's 7-6. And Tolino playing with a lot of confidence. She's got 13 assists, 3 aces, and now I believe that was her 3rd block. And it was. Oxentine sets it up. And landing it in bounds is Kremen. And the Saints take a 2-point lead again. They go up 8-6. 7 digs for Tolino. 6 for Cunningham. 5 for La Rochelle. Just 1 for Christina Lopez, the libero. Not typical. As Hare sends that one over and it's blocked out of bounds, it'll be SPU's point. And a Hare with the kill. And Lopez will serve it for the Falcons, trying to tie up the second set. Here's Oxentine setting it up for Andrea Thomas. Madison Thomas, rather. And that one is sent out of bounds, and it'll be SPU's point. It's 8-8. Madison Thomas, freshman out of Walnut Creek, California, out there. Here in the second set. And there's Garton with the spike in the kill. Falcons unable to block that one. And it's 9-8 in favor of the Saints. Thomas to the bench, Soha back out on the floor. And here's Halstead serving. Perry will keep it in play. And Wilkes volleys it back over. Here's Kremen, and she sends it out of bounds. And we're tied at 9. Aaron Smith will check back in for Zoe Schuckert for SPU. 9-9. Falcons trying to go in front with Emily Tolino serving. Here's Garton sending it over for the kill. SPU unable to send it back. Tiffany Lamb and Kingsley Mason will check in for the Saints. They lead at 10-9. And Tiffany Lamb will serve it. Dig by Lopez. And here's Wilkes. And Wilkes, I don't think, got it back over the net. Either didn't get it over the net or the Saints were able to block it. It's 11-9, the Saints with the point. Lopez the dig there, Tolino saving it. And now Aaron Smith sends it back. Garton spikes it over, and Lopez lets it go, and it goes long. And so the Falcons with the point. Emily Garton can get some power behind her swing. Just a little long on that one. And the Falcons take it back with Abigail Cunningham serving. Soha over with 2 hands. Tolino sets it up for Wilkes. And Allison Wilkes puts it down. And the Falcons tie it back up at 11. Cunningham will serve again. Garton gets to that one. And now Mason taps it over. La Rochelle will save it back. Wilkes with the volley over the net. Here's Soha, and that one off the hands of Cunningham, out of bounds. Good swing on that one by Jennifer Soha for the kill. And it's 12-11. Saints back in front. Garton to serve. And Garton with a lot of power on that serve. But the Falcons have been able to handle it so far. That one sent over, and it's going to be SPU's point. Mason thought that the Falcons had deflected it. Now the official on this side is going to say that they did. And they may end up reviewing this one here. This may be an official's timeout. As the official on the platform ruled at SPU's point. The one over by the scorer's table thought that there was a deflection, and he's going to take a look. So no coach's challenge here. It's just the officials trying to make sure that they both saw things correctly. They awarded the point to the Falcons, and so it's 12-12, but they're going to check on this one and make sure they got it right. So, yeah, Mason definitely thought that the Falcons had deflected it from up here. Again, I'm behind some glass up above the court on one end, so not the best vantage point, but I didn't see a deflection. But we will. The official at the scorer's table, though, he thought he saw one, so we will see what the verdict is here. As we're at 12-12 here in the second set. The Falcons won the first one 25-13 and really didn't have a lot of trouble kind of going on a run and pulling away from the Saints in the first set. But this second set has been a lot closer to this point. Falcons with 4 total blocks, the Saints with 2. Let's see here. They gave the point to the Falcons. It's 12-12. The way the Saints reacted, they looked like they thought they got the call. But no, it is a point for SPU, and it's 12-12, and Allison Wilkes will serve it. Garton with the dig there. Here's Hansen sending it back over. Tolino sets it up for La Rochelle, and she sends it back. Here's Hansen again, blocked by Hannah Hare. Hare was right there to send it back. And it is 13-12 SPU. Wilkes will serve it up again with the Falcons in front now. Here's Soha, and she sends it over. Ties it back up at 13. As Madison Thomas checks back in up front for the Saints. Aaron Smith is blocked by Thomas. And the Saints retake the lead, 14-13. Madison Thomas gets her hands on that one. And Jennifer Soha will serve. Cunningham the dig. Here's Tolino, sets it up for Hare, and Hannah Hare with the spike and the kill. And we're tied at 14. Aaron Smith will serve. There's Thomas sending it over, and now Smith sends it back and lands it in. Aaron Smith with the kill. puts the Falcons back in front by a point, 15-14. And Smith will serve it. Aaron Smith out of Carlsbad, California. This one is going to go long, and the Saints will get it back on the service error. Oxentine will check in along with Kremen. Oxentine out of Honolulu, Kremen out of Yakima, Washington. As Oxentine will serve it. 15-15. Here's Hare, and she's blocked by Thomas. Now La Rochelle blocked by Kremen. Here's Garten spiking it, and it lands out of bounds. It's a point for SPU. And the Falcons retake the lead. It'll be Eva La Rochelle to serve it. She sends it over. Garten with the dig. Here is Emmy Hansen. Falcons unable to block it, but they keep it alive. Here's Sydney Perry, and she lands it out of bounds. That'll tie it back up at 16 on the attack error. And Emmy Hansen will serve it up for the Saints. Schuckert sends that one into the scorers table. As it goes off her hands, it's an ace for Emmy Hansen. And the Saints retake the lead, 17-16. This one's back and forth here in set number 2. Hansen sending it over again. Tolino with the set for Perry. She taps it over the front line. Saints send it back. Garten. And there's La Rochelle. Tolino with the fake set puts it over. La Rochelle in the right place again. And Perry sends it over and just taps it to an open area. And the Falcons tie it at 17. Lopez will serve it now for SPU. Falcons trying to go up 2-0. And Lopez with the ace off the hands of Halstead. And the Falcons retake the lead 18-17. Christina Lopez, another serve here. Halstead with a clean dig this time. Here's La Rochelle. She's blocked. Falcons keep it alive. Tolino sends it back over with 2 hands. And now Garten blocked by Wilkes and Tolino. And it's going to be a Falcons point. As the Saints tried to keep it alive and couldn't do it. Wilkes and Tolino got that one for the block. It is 19-17. And Lopez will serve it again. And that's going to be another ace for Christina Lopez. The Saints unable to handle it. It is 20-17. Falcons now up by 3 after trailing a lot of this set. And Wade Taylor will take a timeout. We'll be back on the SPU webcast in just a moment. You're watching SPU Volleyball. To 17, SPU with the lead here in the second set, trying to go up 2-0, and Christina Lopez on serve. Falcons have scored the last 4, and this one is blocked by Wilkes up front. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead now at 21-17. And Lopez will serve it again. Lopez puts it over. And Thomas sends it back. While Rochelle sending it back for SPU. And now Garton. Fake set there by Tolino. Hansen sends it over and lands it in. As Jason Ryan agreed with the call. A couple of the SPU players thought that that one landed out. But Ryan, from where he was standing, he saw what the officials saw. It landed in bounds. Sidney Perry taps it over. And now Garton sending it back. Perry sends it over for SPU, and now Kremen. Perry going to get another crack at it, and she lands it in right at the back corner in a perfectly placed shot by Sidney Perry. 22-18 Falcons. Emily Tolino will serve as the Falcons try to maintain their lead, and that's going to be another ace for Emily Tolino. Tolino with 4 aces on the afternoon through the first 2 sets. And another timeout called by St. Martin's. They are now down by 5, 23-18. We'll be right back on the SP webcast. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons have opened up a 5-point lead here late in the second set. This was a set that they trailed a lot of, but they have been able to come back and score several of the points late in the set. And Emily Tolino will serve it again. She's got 4 aces now. As that one sent over by Garton, and the Falcons unable to block it. And so the Saints, with a point, get back to within 4. As Mason and Lamb will check back in. Tiffany Lamb will serve it. Tolino having herself an afternoon. 18 assists, 4 aces, 4 blocks, 8 digs. And Tolino now sets it up for Wilkes, and that one's going to end up going out of bounds. And another assist for Tolino. Wilkes with the kill. Allison Wilkes now 5 kills in the match. And the Falcons with a set point. And Abigail Cunningham will serve for set number 2. Lamb sets it up for Garton, and it's blocked by Wilkes, and they get it back over, or do they? They blow it dead. They give the point to the Falcons. And that does it for set number 2, as I think the official called a double touch on St. Martin's, and they blow it dead. It's the Falcons' point, and it's the Falcons' set, and they go up 2-0 as they win the first one 25-13. They win the second one 25-19, and St. Martin's going to need to reel off the next 3 sets in a row here to come back in this one here at Royal Brougham this afternoon. Falcons up 2-0. We'll be back in a few minutes here. We're at intermission on the SB webcast. Back inside Royal Brougham as set number 3 is underway now, as serving is Tiffany Lamb. And the Saints able to come up with a block there to get the first point of the third set, as Jennifer Soha up there in the middle of that one. And that is going to be her third block of the afternoon. Here's Aaron Smith sending it back. Falcons lead in service aces in this one, as there's Wilkes sending it over. Falcons with 7 service aces to just 2 for St. Martin's. St. Martin's has the GNAC leader, Emily Garton, the GNAC leader in service aces on their side. But the Falcons have been able to land several of their own this afternoon, as they lead 2-0. Here's Aaron Smith sending it over, and Halstead comes up for the diving dig there. La Rochelle sends it back, and the Saints keep it alive. And they're going to send it long, as Garton was trying to get to that one, and there was another, I believe it was Kremen, another Saints player that was also trying to get to it, and they sent it out of bounds. So the Falcons with a 2-1 lead here in the third set. And Wilkes serving. Soha sends it over, and that's going to be a kill for Jennifer Soha. 2-2 your score, and it will be Garton to put it in play here. Cunningham able to get enough of that one. Hansen blocked, or did it even clear the net? It's going to, no, I don't believe it cleared the net. It's Falcons point, 3-2. And Garton, without a service ace yet today. Soha will send it over for another kill. And we're tied at 3. And Jennifer Soha will serve. Gallegos back in up front for the Saints. And that's going to be an ace for Soha, as Cunningham couldn't handle it. Falcons actually with Allison Wilkes leading them in kills with 6. Hannah Hare has 5. Aaron Smith and Sydney Perry each have 5 as well. Here's Hare. And this one stays on the St. Martin's side. Hansen blocked by Tolino and Hare. Tolino another block, along with Hannah Hare. And Tolino's been active at the net in this one. 4-4 your score. Eva La Rochelle to serve. Here's Hansen tapping it over, and that time it lands on the Falcons' side of the net. And it's a kill for Amy Hansen. She had the nice touch on that one to get it over the front line. Saints up by a point at 5-4. And Oxentine will serve. Tolino keeps it in play, and La Rochelle sends it over. Here's Kremen with the left hand. And the Falcons were able to return it. That's Mason, actually, with the left hand, not Kremen. And Mason lands it in for the kill. Kremen's not on the floor. Mason with the kill. And it's 6-4. Saints by 2. Here's Oxentine again. Hare sends it right down the line, and Arambula can't handle it. It's 6-5. Falcons back within a point. Hannah Hare, another kill. Hannah Hare, the GNAC Defensive Player of the Week. And she has a total of 9 GNAC Player of the Week awards, 7 on defense. The other 2 obviously on offense. Here's Christina Lopez. Gallegos sends it over. Tolino the fake set, but Oxentine is right there. They blow it dead, and they give the point to the Falcons as they called St. Martin's for a double touch. 6-6 your score. And Christina Lopez to serve. Garton with the dig. Here's Hansen sending it back. Tolino sets it up for La Rochelle. And Garton comes up with the dive to get to that one. Schuckert got her hands on it, but nobody able to do anything with it as it ended up hitting the net. And so the Saints take the point. And they lead at 7-6. Emmy Hansen serving. Here's Tolino with the set for Wilkes. And Allison Wilkes puts another one down. 7-7 your score. Halstead checking back in for St. Martin's. Aaron Smith for the Falcons. Emily Tolino with 4 service aces on the afternoon. Looking for another one, and she gets it as Halstead can't handle that one cleanly. And Tolino with 5 aces for the Falcons. It's 8-7. Falcons with the lead here in the third set. Tolino sends it over again. This time Garton gets to it. Gallego sends it over and sends it out of bounds. Or did they deflect it? The Falcons did deflect it. And so it is the Saints' point. It's 8-8. And Mia Arambula will serve. Perry the dig. Tolino the cross court set for Aaron Smith, who puts it down on the St. Martin's side. And it's 9-8. Falcons with the lead. Abigail Cunningham will serve it. First set was not close. The second set was, and the third set so far has been as well. As St. Martin's with another point there ties it back up at 9. Falcons pulled away at the end of the second set, though. They won it by 6. It was a close set most of the way. The Falcons ended up winning the second set, 25-19. Tiffany Lamb serves. Here's Wilkes with a spike and a kill. And Allison Wilkes has been getting some good sets from Tolino this afternoon and being able to put them away. Wilkes now with 8 kills in the match, leading the way for the Falcons. There's Garton and Tolino with the dig there. Wilkes will set it up for La Rochelle. She's blocked. Cunningham able to keep it alive, and La Rochelle able to send it back over. Soha, though, sends it back and ties the score again at 10 apiece. 5th kill of the afternoon for Jennifer Soha. Garton comes up short. Garton, as I mentioned, leading the GNAC in service aces, but a couple of service errors this afternoon and yet to record an ace. And with a swing, with a serve like hers where she just gets a ton of power behind it, there's a lot of moving parts that have to be executed pretty flawlessly. That one sent into the net by Aaron Smith, and the Saints tie it back up at 11. Gallegos back in, and Soha will serve. But Hannah Hare sends that one out of bounds. And the Saints go back up by a point, 12-11. Seen a similar serve from a few players before. where you just got to get everything right. If you do, it's a great serve. There's Gallegos tapping it with the left hand. And now La Rochelle will send it out of bounds. Looking for that sideline and couldn't quite land it in. And the Saints with a 2-point lead now at 13-11 here in the third set. Trying to force a fourth set here from Royal Brawl. La Rochelle blocked. And the Falcons able to keep it alive. Gallegos with the spike, with the kind of the swing, the sidearm swing there, and she's able to land it inbounds. And the Saints lead it by 3 now, 14-11. They've scored the last 4, and Jason Ryan wants a timeout. And so we will step aside as well on the SPU webcast. Saints lead the third set here, 14-11. We'll be right back. Back inside Royal Brawl Pavilion, Jason Ryan just inserted Anna Palua into his lineup for the first time this afternoon. And Soha with the service error. And the Falcons will take it back. Sydney Perry and Zoe Schuckert checking in. Palua will serve for the Falcons. Seeing her first action of the afternoon. Junior outside hitter from Redmond, Washington. Local product. Here is Kremen, and she's blocked out of bounds by Perry and Hare. And so St. Martin's takes the point. They're back up by 3. As Palua will check out. La Rochelle back in. Oxentine will serve it for the Saints. Here's Hannah Hare sending it over, and it lands in. That one popped up in the air, but nobody able to get to it. It landed kind of right in the middle of the court on the St. Martin's side. And the Falcons trail by 2. Here's Christina Lopez, who had a good run serving late in the second set. And the Falcons looking for another good run from her, but this one well out of bounds. Line drive well over the end line. And that will give the Saints the ball back with a 3-point lead. Emmy Hansen serving. Tolino sets it up for Perry, and it's blocked. Tolino now with the fake set. Falcons keep it alive. La Rochelle sends it over. And the Saints unable to return it. And that's going to be a point for the Falcons. La Rochelle sending it was the last one to send it over. Aaron Smith checks back in for Zoe Schuckert. And here is Emily Tolino, who is definitely capable of stringing a few points together as the server for SPU. Wilkes sends it over. And here's Mason blocked by Perry. Tolino sets it up for Aaron Smith. And now Mason sending it back. Good dig there by Tolino. Here's Perry, and she sends it long. And the Saints take the point. And they go back up by 3. Arambula will check in. The Saints have been using 2 liberos, but they really have been using Arambula mainly to serve, and Halstead has been the one on the floor for the majority of the time. Perry sends it over and taps it to an open area. Sidney Perry with the kill, and the Falcons back within 2. Abigail Cunningham will serve now as Pallure checks back in up front. Cunningham sends it over. And a good spike there by Jennifer Soha, and the Falcons unable to return it. Cunningham went after it and couldn't come up with it. And it's another 3-point lead for St. Martin's, getting late here in the 3rd set. As Falcons up 2-0. They would love to string a few points together and sweep this one, but St. Martin's with other ideas as Aaron Smith lands that one out of bounds. And the Saints have a 4-point lead. Tiffany Lamb on serve for St. Martin's. 19-15 your score. Tolino sets it up for Pallure. That one lands out of bounds. No, they said it was deflected. SPU takes the point. So, it's 19-16. St. Martin's did get the deflection there. And so the Falcons with the point. Here's Wilkes with the serve, and it's going to be an ace off the hands of Garton. And Wilkes had a good night serving the other night on Thursday against Western Oregon. Picks up an ace here. 19-17. Falcons down just 2. Garton with the dig on this one. And here's Soha sending it back. Hare sends it over on the set by Tolino. And the Falcons back within a point, 19-18. They've scored the last 3. Things tightening up here in the 3rd set. Wilkes puts it in play again. Lamb sets it up for Garton, and Garton's going to come up with a kill there as the Falcons unable to block it. Saints back up by 2, 20-18. And here is Garton with that powerful serve. Hair blocked by Soha. And now Smith blocked again. Tolino volleys it over. And Hansen is blocked by Hare and Smith for the Falcons. And they get back within a point at 20-19. Aaron Smith will serve. Falcons trying to tie up this 3rd set. Hansen with the dig. It's in the net. And St. Martin's gets it back over, but it's out of bounds. And I believe Aaron Smith's going to get an ace on that one, as it was not a clean return there for the Saints. 20-20 your score. Lamb sets it up for Hansen. She's blocked. Saints keep it alive. Lamb sends it back over. Here's Smith. Garton is there. And now Kremen. And Kremen is blocked by Hare and Pallure. No. I thought that they got to it. They give St. Martin's the point. They said that the ball did not get back over the net on the block attempt there by the Falcons. And so an unsuccessful block attempt. Pallure with 2 hands sends it over. Saints by a point. Here's Gallegos. And now Pallure, that one's blocked. And it lands inbounds. So the Saints back up by 2, 22-20. Jason Ryan takes a timeout. Getting late here in the 3rd set. We'll be right back on the SPU webcast. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SBU webcast. Saints have scored the last two to take a 22-20 lead. And Jennifer Soha on serve for St. Martin's. As the Falcons needing to string some points together here to try to get this one in 3 sets. Here's Aaron Smith. Soha there for the dig. Hansen. And Kremen now volleys it over. Here's Hannah Hare, and she's blocked. Pallur is blocked. Aaron Smith gets to it. Pallur is going to get another crack at it. She taps it over the front line. Here's Kremen. Falcons able to block it, and Tolino comes up to get it. Pallur sends it over and gets the kill as the Saints can't keep it in play there. Perry and Schuckert will check back in for the Falcons, and they get a big point there, and Anna Pallur will serve it now. Pallur trying to tie the third set back up at 22. Here's Kremen, and Kremen lands it over for the Saints, and they retake a 2-point lead at 23-21. Andrea Oxentine will serve. For St. Martin's. A couple of SPU players getting to it at the same time. Hannah Hare, though, is able to put it over, and the Saints unable to come up with a clean block. And so Hare with the kill to get the Falcons back to within a point, 23-22. Here's Christina Lopez to serve. Garten with the dig. Hansen sends it over, and La Rochelle gets to it. Perry taps it over. There's Mason sending it over with the left hand. Here's La Rochelle sending it back. Schuckert there. Here's Wilkes, and she lands it inbounds. Wilkes placed it perfectly out of the reach of Abigail Halstead. And Allison Wilkes puts the Falcons back into a tie here, 23-23. Christina Lopez now trying to give the Falcons the lead. Late in the third set. Garten, the dig. Halstead gets to it. Hansen gets it around the antenna. Here's Perry. Perry with the spike and the kill as the Saints unable to handle it. And Wade Taylor will take a timeout here with the match on the line. The Falcons have retaken the lead 24-23. And we'll be right back on the SBU webcast.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
24-23 Falcons here in the third set. Christina Lopez serving for the match. And Garten with the dig. Cross-court set for Hansen. Lopez comes up for the dig. And this one awarded to the Saints. They call a double touch on the Falcons. And the score now 24 apiece. Arambula back in for the Saints up front. Not quite up front, but on kind of on the back there as Hansen serves it. Here's Perry tapping it over, and Oxentine is there. Garton taps it over. Wilkes puts it up in the air. Here's Perry sending it over. Mason with the spike and the kill for the Saints. And Kingsley Mason gives the Saints the lead now at 25-24. They have a set point. And Emmy Hansen will serve for set number 3. Saints trying to extend it. Schuckert the dig. Here's Wilkes. She's blocked. And now Perry. This one popped up in the air by Arambula. Mason gets to it. It's out of bounds, and the Falcons will take the point. And it's 25-25. Now Emily Tolino on serve for SPU. Falcons with a sweep on their minds here. Halstead the dig. And Gallegos sends it over and lands it out of bounds. The Falcons didn't touch it. And again, the Falcons are going to have a match point with Emily Tolino serving. And Tolino ready to put this one in play. Garton with the dig. And Garton will get it set up. And Garton puts it over for the kill. 26 apiece. And we're still going here in set number 3. Mia Arambula to serve. Perry the dig. And Tolino will set it up for Aaron Smith, who taps it over. This will be Garton. And Garton lands it in for the kill as Lopez couldn't get to it. And the Saints now with another set point. This one's been back and forth here in the third set. And Mia Arambula serving to try to extend the match. Perry with the dig. Now Perry going to send it over. And Sydney Perry with the kill. And the Falcons tied back up at 27 apiece. And it'll be Sydney Perry, fifth-year player out of Cave Creek, Arizona, to put it in play to try to put the Falcons back in front. Got a piece of the net on the way over. Didn't affect the momentum, though. Here's Aaron Smith sending it over. And the Saints able to send it back. La Rochelle. And now Garton is blocked. And it's going to go out of bounds. And the Falcons take the point. And now they have another match point. Sydney Perry serving at 28-27. Wade Taylor has another timeout in his pocket, and he will use it. Falcons with a 28-27 lead. We'll be right back on the SBU webcast. Back inside Royal Brome, Sydney Perry serving for the match. As both teams have had multiple set points here in the third set. Perry sends it over, Hansen the dig. Here is Mason, and she comes up with the successful kill. And we're tied at 28. And St. Martin's takes it back. Kremen checks in. Here is Tiffany Lamb to serve. 28-28. Lamb puts it over. Lopez the dig. Here's Tolino setting it up for Aaron Smith. She's blocked. Keeps it alive, though. Here's La Rochelle. She's blocked. We get a whistle. And they blow it dead, and they give the Falcons the point. I think they said there was a double touch there on the Saints. And Allison Wilkes now serving for the match. She puts it over. Halstead the dig. Here's Lamb, sets it up for Soha. And Tolino was able to get her hands on it, but it ends up out of bounds. And Jennifer Soha extends the match. And we're tied at 29 here in the third set. And the Saints serving again. Here's Garton. And Garton puts it into the net. Bad time for a service error. And the Falcons with another match point. Aaron Smith will serve to try to make this a 3-set sweep. Here's Soha with another spike and another kill. And the Saints tie it up at 30. And this one, neither team refusing to lay down here in set number 3. Soha to serve. Lopez the dig. Here's Tolino setting it up for La Rochelle. Soha there on the other side. Kremen sends it over. Here's Tolino for La Rochelle again. This one hits the antenna off the deflection from St. Martin's, and it's going to be a kill for La Rochelle. And now she will serve for the match with the Falcons in front, 31-30 here in the third set. And here's Eva La Rochelle. Hansen the dig. Hansen going to get a crack at it. Lopez the dig on the other side. And Hare trying to save it from hitting the antenna and not able to do so. And it's 31-31. Andrea Oxentine will serve for the Saints. What a set here. Just refuses to end. Oxentine sends it over. Lopez the dig. This is going to be Perry. And Perry's blocked up front by Kingsley Mason. And Nadia Gallegos was there as well. And the Saints retake the lead. They now have a set point. 32-31. And Oxentine serving. La Rochelle the dig. Here is Hare. She's blocked. Tolino sends it back. Oxentine will set it up for Mason. She's blocked. She gets a hand on it, but it's out of bounds. And the Falcons have tied it back up at 32. And Cristina Lopez had a match point earlier, and she gets another one here. No, I'm sorry. This is she's serving to try to put the Falcons back in front. It's 32-32. This one's going to go long, though. And the Saints take it back, and they will have another set point, and it'll be Emmy Hansen to serve. 33-32, St. Martin's. This is about as long as I've seen a set go. I don't know that I've seen one go longer than this. Hansen sends one over. Here's Perry, and Perry sends it out of bounds, and the Saints take the third set by a count of 34-32, and the Falcons go down in the third set, and the Saints extend the match to a fourth set. Fourth set coming up here from Royal Brome Pavilion. The Saints take the third set 34-32. We'll step aside on the SPU webcast. We'll be back in just a moment. Back inside Royal Broham Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. We go to set number 4. St. Martin's pulls it out 34-32 in the third set. And I don't know that I've seen a set go quite that long before, as just gritty. St. Martin's kept coming up with points when they needed them. Falcons gritty as well on their side, but St. Martin's able to get the set. And the Falcons now will need to get on a run here and try to end this one in 4. They do not want this one to go to a 5th set. At this point in the match, the Falcons hitting 185, the Saints 110. Falcons lead in service aces 9-3. As Zoe Schuckert will serve to begin the 4th set for SPU. Aaron Smith getting around Emily Tolino there and gets to it. Here's Kremen. And that one's going to land in front of Lopez. And so St. Martin's gets the first point of the 4th set. Emily Garton with 9 kills. Kingsley Mason and Jennifer Soha each with 8. 20 as Garton with that powerful serve. Here's Soha, and she's got another kill. Give her 9 on the afternoon. 20 assists for Tiffany Lamb, 15 for Andrea Oxentine, and 13 digs from Abigail Halstead to lead the way for the Saints in that department. And Soha puts that one down as came back over the net. And the Saints with a quick 3-0 lead here to start the 4th set. For the Falcons, they have 9 kills apiece from Wilkes and Hare, their middle blockers. That one is out of bounds from Garton. And they have 8 kills from Sydney Perry, 6 from Aaron Smith. 33 assists from Emily Tolino as Wilkes puts it in play. Here's Soha tapping it over, and Soha another kill. And the Saints go up 4-1. Gallegos coming in off the bench. Soha playing well this afternoon here at Royal Broham. Hannah Hare 8 blocks in the match. Tolino with 5. There's Hare sending it over again. And here's Tolino. She'll set it up for La Rochelle. And now Hansen sends it over for the kill as the Falcons unable to return it. Lopez tried. But it's 5-1 Saints here early in the 4th set. 4 players in double-digit digs, with double-digit digs for SPU. Tolino will set it up for Hare. And Gallego sends it back. La Rochelle gets to it. SPU keeps it alive on their side. Aaron Smith sends it back. Here's Hansen tapping it over. Lopez sets it up for La Rochelle, and it's blocked by Kremen for the Saints. And it is 6-1. Saints with the lead here early in the 4th set. 13 digs apiece from Tolino and La Rochelle, and 10 apiece from Cunningham and Lopez for SPU. Here's Smith sending it over, and that one's going to stay on the St. Martin's side. And SPU with the point. Aaron Smith the kill. 6-2. And Smith will serve. Falcons were down 5 here at 6-1. Early on in this 4th set, they try to dig their way back. Gallegos is blocked by Hannah Hare. And it's 6-3 now as Falcons take another point. Smith sends it over again. Here's Hansen, and she lands it on the sideline. And that is a point for the Saints. Jason Ryan not liking it. It looked like it hit the line from up here. And that was the way the officials called it. It's 7-3. As Andrea Oxentine will serve. Good set there for La Rochelle, and she's able to land it on the St. Martin's side for the kill. And Eva La Rochelle will serve now with the Falcons down by 3, 7-4. Garten comes up for the dig there. Here's Hansen. And Hansen is blocked as Tolino and Hare team up on that one. And it's 7-5. Falcons back within 2. La Rochelle to serve again. There's Gallegos spiking it over. And the Falcons able to keep it alive. Sydney Perry sends it back. And it gets the Falcons right back to within a point. Saints had a pretty good run to get out to a 6-1 lead here in the fourth set. The Falcons right back within a point at 7-6. Here is La Rochelle again. Hansen will send it over. Here's Tolino setting it up for Hare, and Hare lands it out of bounds. Hare was aiming for that back corner and couldn't quite keep it inside the line. 8-6. St. Martin's with the lead. Emmy Hansen serving. Tolino for Hare. And Hare is able to get it over and come up with the kill. She'll sub out. Wilkes in. Lopez will serve. Falcons trying to tie up this fourth set. Halstead the dig. Here's Garten tapping it over. And Wilkes is there. Perry taps it over the front line. Hansen is there. And Garten with a major spike there, but Lopez able to keep it alive. This one out of bounds, though. Or, let's see here. One official raised his flag. The other one on the St. Martin's side looked like he said it was in, but no, it's St. Martin's ball, or St. Martin's point, and their serve as well, as Halstead will put it in play. Here's Wilkes, and Wilkes gets it over, and gets the Falcons right back to within a point. Emily Tolino will serve as Aaron Smith checks back in. Tolino has been the setter. We haven't seen Sophia Chambers today. Here's Soha with a lot of momentum on that swing. The Falcons able to keep it alive. Here's Perry, and Perry taps it over the front line and lands it in. And the Falcons tie it up at 9. And it'll be Tolino to serve now, trying to put the Falcons in front. Falcons unable to get the sweep this afternoon against St. Martin's. Trying to close it out in 4 sets. Here's Garten. And I don't think Garten got it back over. It's a point for the Falcons. And it is 10-9. Tolino will serve again. Emily Tolino puts it over. Garten the dig. And there is Kingsley Mason with the left-handed spike and the kill for the Saints. And we're tied up at 10. Saints with a couple of subs in. Tiffany Lamb will serve. "10-10 is your score. That one goes out. Lopez let it go. And the Falcons take it back on the service error. It's 11-10. SPU with the lead. Zoe Schuckert will check in to serve. Here's Garten. And now Falcons able to get it back. Spiked over by Kremen for the kill. And the Saints tie it back up at 11. Battle at the net there, and Kremen had that one set up on a silver platter. Lopez a good dig there. And Wilkes sends it over for the kill. Allison Wilkes puts the Falcons back in front, 12-11. And Wilkes will serve now. Allison Wilkes now 11 kills in the match. Hannah Hare with 10 for SPU. Hansen blocked. It's on the SPU side though. Here's Aaron Smith sending it back. And now Kremen going to get a crack at it, and she's going to get a kill as Hare and La Rochelle unable to block it inbounds. And it is 12-12. Sydney Perry also 10 kills for the Falcons. St. Martin's with 11 from Jennifer Soha, who is serving now. La Rochelle blocked. Gallegos was there to send that one back. And the Saints retake the lead at 13-12. Soha will serve again. Schuckert the dig. Here's Hare, and Hannah Hare is going to get another kill out of this as the Falcons tie it at 13. Really, the first set was a runaway by the Falcons, but set 2 was close. Falcons ended up winning it by 6. And this one is going to be another point for the Saints. Third set, obviously, went the longest, as Saints ended up winning it 34-32. And then this set here, set number 4, has been pretty tight. Saints got out to a 6-1 lead, but the Falcons were able to get it back pretty quickly. This one hits the official, and it's inbounds. Kingsley Mason, another left-handed kill right down the line. And the Saints back in front by 2 now, with Oxentine serving. La Rochelle the dig. Here's Tolino setting it up for Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith with a spike in the kill. And the Falcons back within a point. Here is Sophia Chambers. I mentioned we hadn't seen her. She's on the floor with Tolino. But Chambers getting some run now as La Rochelle almost came up with the ace there, but the Saints were able to send it back, and then La Rochelle unable to get to it on the SPU side. And it's a 2-point lead for St. Martin's. Here's Amy Hansen serving. And that's going to be an ace for Hansen. Kind of a knuckleball action there on that one, and Lopez couldn't come up with it cleanly. And the Saints with a 3-point lead, 17-14. Falcons trying to not let this set get away. Here's Hare. Hansen there for the dig. And here's Mason, and she sends it long. Mason was aiming for that back line and couldn't land it in. And the Falcons back within 2, 17-15. Lopez to serve for SPU. Halstead the dig. Here's Oxentine setting it up for Garten. And now Perry sends it back, and Perry another kill. And Perry has had a lot of those where it's just she just pushes it over and finds an open area. And really good at kind of steering it where she wants it to go. And the Falcons back within 1, 17-16. Here's Mason. Chambers is there, and this one's going to end up being a kill for Kingsley Mason for St. Martin's, as the Falcons unable to chase it down. And it is 18-16. Saints with the lead. Here's Abigail Halstead to serve. Perry taps it over again. Garton sends it back. Good dig there by La Rochelle. And Perry going to send it over with two hands. Did they call her for a double touch? They did. That is the risk you take when you hit the ball with two hands. If you don't hit with both at the exact same time, they're going to get you for a double touch. Here's Perry with just the one hand, and she puts it in. And gets the Falcons back within two. Aaron Smith checks in for Sophia Chambers. Falcons down two. Emily Tolino serving. Tolino sends it over. Hansen with the dig. Here's Soha. Lopez there. And now Wilkes puts it back over and gets the Falcons back to within a point at 19-18. And this fourth set, with the exception of really just the first several points, St. Martin's took a 6-1 lead. Falcons able to have a similar run pretty quickly, but this time Tolino sends it out of bounds, and the Saints back to a 2-point lead. And it'll be Tiffany Lamb to serve. Saints trying to send this to a fifth set. Lopez the dig. Here's Perry again tapping it. This time though the Saints keep it alive. Tolino will set it up for Wilkes. And there is Arambula. Good dig there by La Rochelle. Here's Smith sending it over. Garton spikes it over and lands it in bounds. And Emily Garton with the kill to put the Saints in front by 3, 21-18. Jason Ryan's going to take a timeout here, and we will step aside as well on the SPU webcast. Saints trying to push it to a fifth set. We'll be right back. Good volleyball action this afternoon. St. Martin's with a 21-18 lead here in the fourth set. SPU got the first two sets. St. Martin's got the third one by a count of 34-32. And now up by 3 late in the fourth set. That one back over the net. Here's Hansen sending it back. Tolino will set it up for Wilkes, and Wilkes gets it in between a couple of defenders for the Saints. And Allison Wilkes, another kill. 21-19 now, as Zoe Schuckert will check back in and serve. Schuckert out of University Place, Washington. And that's going to be an ace for Schuckert, as Halstead unable to come up with it. And the Falcons back within a point, 21-20. That one just ticked over the net. Here is Garton with the dig. And now Soha taps it over. Lopez will set it for La Rochelle, and she can't land it inbounds. And the Saints will take it back with a 2-point lead, 22-20. La Rochelle aiming for that back corner. Couldn't land it in. Here is Garten. And Garten going to send it out. And the Falcons will get it back. On the afternoon here, Emily Garten now with 5 service errors and no aces, coming into this match leading the GNAC in service aces as Wilkes crawls that one over the top of the net, and Soha sends it back, and Soha lands it in. Saints go back up by 2 as Gallegos will check in up front, and Soha will serve. 23-21. Saints trying to push this to a 5th set. Neither team laying down here. There is Hannah Hare sending it back for the Falcons. And they're right back within a point, 23-22. Aaron Smith will try to tie up this 4th set. Hanson the dig. And Gallegos sends it back. Tolino for Aaron Smith. And Smith. And they give the Falcons the call there. They said that Smith hit the line. And it's 23-23. Let's see here. I don't see the green challenge card. But I think that Wade Taylor is challenging this call. And the official nearest the scorer's table is going to come over and take a look. So, Falcons get the call there. And from my vantage point, looked like that one, if it got the line at all, it just nicked it. But of course, that's at game speed. And I don't have the greatest vantage point, especially looking over the net. The ball landed on the other side of the net from where I'm at. So we'll see if the call stands here, as they'll take a good look at it. This is a big call here. Late in set number 4. This would tie the match at 23 if the call is upheld. And if it's overturned, the Saints would end up with a 24-22 lead and a set point. This has been a whale of a match, really. The way it started off, SPU ran away with the first set. And St. Martin's refused to go away. SPU with the lead in blocks 13-8, with the lead in service aces 10-4, and with the lead in hitting percentage 201-156. But St. Martin's has just gotten big play after big play. Jennifer Soha, 12 kills. They do stick with the original call. So SPU has tied it up at 23. And now Aaron Smith serving to try to put the Falcons in front. Garten with the dig. And here is Kremen. And that one blocked up front by the Falcons. And they will now have another match point. They had a few of them in the 3rd set and couldn't close the deal. But they're going to get another match point here with Aaron Smith serving. 24-23. Smith puts it over. Garten the dig. Here is Hanson sending it back. Lopez the dig for SPU. Here's La Rochelle. And Eva La Rochelle lands it in. And the Falcons win it in 4 sets. La Rochelle with the final kill for SPU, and that will do it this afternoon. What a match. Falcons win it in 4 as they get the 4th one by a count of 25-23. They had to come back in this 4th set as they end up scoring the final 4 points. They were down 23-21, and they get the final 4 points. The last one there on the kill by Eva La Rochelle, a freshman out of Monument, Colorado. Big kill there for SPU as La Rochelle finishes with 7 kills on the afternoon, 18 digs. I believe that's a career high for her as she leads the Falcons in digs. 16 digs for Christina Lopez, 14 for Emily Tolino, 10 for Abigail Cunningham, and 3 players in double figures in kills. Aaron Smith with 9, but Allison Wilkes with 13, Sydney Perry and Hannah Hare each with 12. Emily Tolino, 49 assists and 5 aces and 6 blocks, 14 digs. Emily Tolino got it done this afternoon, folks, for the Falcons. St. Martin's gets 12 kills from Jennifer Soha, 11 from Kingsley Mason, 10 from Emily Garton, 26 assists from Tiffany Lamb, 18 from Andrea Oxentine. And really, Emily Garton this afternoon, 5 service errors, no service aces. And if some things had gone a little differently there, we might be looking at a 5th set at least here. But the way things went, though, Garton with not her best serving day. 13 digs for Halstead, 11 for Oxentine, and 9 for Garton. But the Falcons prevail here in 4 sets. Hannah Hare ends up with 10 blocks, 2 solo, 8 assisted, and Hannah Hare getting it done in the middle with 12 kills, 10 blocks. That is a double-double for her. Mentioned Tolino with the 49 assists and 14 digs. And Wilkes gets the 13 kills. Sydney Perry with 12. And the Falcons go to 2-0 this week. They go to 4-5 in GNAC play now, and they're kind of starting to pick things up a bit. They now won 3 out of their last 4. They had a win at Western Washington on October 10th, a loss to Simon Fraser, who is tied for first in the conference at the moment. But then they are able to win at home here against both Western Oregon and St. Martin's, and both of those matches really close down the stretch. The Western Oregon match was a 5-setter. St. Martin's could have gone easily to 5 sets, but the Falcons able to get it in 4. Falcons are going to have their hands full at home next week as they have 4 straight at home. They will have Central Washington on Thursday at 7 p.m., and then they will have Northwest Nazarene to close out their 4-game homestand next Saturday at 2. As St. Martin's will be at home against the Alaska schools next week. The Falcons, though, run their record now to 4-5 in GNAC play. They have a couple of home wins now after they dropped their first 2 to the Alaska schools. Just 4 home matches so far this year. And SPU trying to get things turned around and hang in there in the GNAC standings. Very unlikely that they're going to repeat as GNAC champions, but they want to at least get to a good record on the plus side of 500 if they're able to do that. I think that's doable. They can at least get to 10-8 as their finishing record, but they want to do a little better than that if they can. They are 4-5 now in GNAC play. St. Martin's drops to 3-6, but this match had some drama, back and forth. Both teams with just a lot of big plays, and the Falcons end up prevailing in 4 sets. The final here: 25-13, 25-19, 32-34, 25-23. SPU over St. Martin's in 4 sets. That'll do it for this afternoon's broadcast on the SPU webcast, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will be back here at Royal Brougham again for 2 more matches next week. Central Washington next up on Thursday, October 24th at 7 p.m. We will talk to you then.